talk about segmentation. I call it like launching from stretch, and essentially your distribution of where your energy is going. So it's like, obviously your arm slot's going to dictate kind of like the posture of your trunk, right? But that doesn't mean that we need to express energy like elevated, right? So you can see here, especially within this video kind of gives us a better indication of this. Let's move that and move that. Lefty catcher swag, love that. So again, coming down, and now you can see that your trunk's going to elevate to kind of make way for your arm, but it doesn't need to elevate per se, than rather than just like kind of contralateral trunk tilt. So now what happens is, before you anchor down, right? So before you anchor down, that trunk goes. So what happens as a byproduct of that movement is now your body's rotation, right, is moving together, which means that you're not creating a point in which you are like launching from that stretched position. So if you had like a rubber band, right, and you pull the rubber band to like the utmost capacity that's able to go, and then you release it rather than like releasing it here. So that's what you're doing with that front foot. So if that front foot isn't fully anchored into the ground and you start to release your trunk and you elevate that trunk, then you're limiting the amount of torque. Remember, we talked about that rotational energy that you have the ability to release, right? So I said you are very similar to how Blake Snell throws. What Blake Snell does better than a whole lot of people is the amount of separation he gets, the amount of stretch he gets. So starting him at the drive leg drift, boom, stabilizes. You can see that he's in a much better posture from ankle, knee to hip. And now his head stays center stacked. You can see that as his lead leg kind of goes out, his drive leg still holds that posture. Hand's going to come up, elbow's going to retract, knee's going to come down, hip's going to internally rotate. So now when you get him down to landing, you are in a retracted position still, right? So you can see this glove side still intact, and he's in a retracted position with that rear hip still like pushing forward. So you create that torque. So you come down to your anchor point, now you release it. And as a byproduct of this movement, when you release, your trunk goes and gets your glove side, which pulls your arm through. Crazy amount of layback because of all the energy behind your arm action. And now you get into your release slot. So Snell is pretty high with his release slot. You can obviously see his trunk is clearing way to make room for his slot, but his energy distribution is still going linear. It's still going towards the dish. He's still going to get his glove side with his trunk to bring his energy through towards the desired target. And now as a byproduct of those movements, you have the lead leg block, obviously extremely sound. You have trail leg hip extension, and his trunk posture in general is over out in front of his lead leg and arm deceleration. Now with you, as a byproduct of those breakdowns that I referred to in regards to the kind of that limited separation from, the segmentation of two rotations. Now as a byproduct of that, what we have is trunk elevates, right? Glove side kind of pulls or flies down. Lead leg block is kind of compensated. Now the trail leg is starting to go into flexion as the arm gets pulled through, which means that obviously there's some instability issues there as well, but you're not sending all of that energy up, through the chain to be available out through the fingertips at ball release. And you're noticing that your trunk is well behind your lead knee, which is limiting your amount of extension at ball release, right? So we want the throwing shoulder in front of the glove side shoulder, and we want that trunk to be out in front of the lead knee because we want extension, right? We want to be close to the plate. Deception, arm speed, arm deceleration, all that stuff. All right, dudes, Robby Rowe here. Thank you for watching that video. If you're interested in booking your own mechanical analysis, you can click that link right there. Also tell you a little bit about the service and what it entails. Hit that link right there, subscribe, please. You can also check out that video right there, which is related to the video that you just watched if you want to get some more context on that. All right, guys, much love. God bless. Till next time. See ya.
Strike three, you're out!